We Are Pyjama Party, created by Glen and Lucy Macey. Dempsey and Makepeace, Season 3, Episode 10, Guardian Angel.
Do you want to introduce the episode?
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. This is Dempsey and Makepeace. Oh, wait a minute, what's the episode number?
It's Season 3, Episode 10.
Episode 10.
And it's directed by Michael Brandon.
Oh, yes. Okay, this is Dempsey and Makepeace, Season 3, Episode 10, the final episode of Dempsey and Makepeace ever, titled Guardian Angel, and directed by Michael Brandon. The version we are about to watch is the original broadcast version, which I recorded on the 1st of November, 1986, and it includes the original adverts, 1986 adverts. So we're going to throw them in as a bonus.
And you can go, there will be a link where you can. This has been uploaded to our YouTube account, so you can go and have a look at these classic products. I can't speak. These classic products from the 1980s that you can buy. So I've no idea what adverts these are, by the way. So this will be a surprise to me. Is anyone going to watch it after this?
I saw them when I uploaded this. One of the adverts is the local regional advert, which is my region was of course Grampian. So that's entertaining. Okay, are we ready?
We were TBS back then.
Oh yeah.
Television South. I could actually live more further away from you if I tried. If I was living in the South, I'd be French. It's like
if I lived in Skye, we would be a bit further away, but that's about it.
3, 2, 1,
go. Here we are. So we're in a creepy warehouse with gargoyle-y type things and the devil in the foreground.
And statues and tombstones and ornaments, and it's like it is a bad episode of Doctor Who, isn't it? Weeping angels. It's
don't blink, Dempsey, don't blink. Dempsey and Makepeace are sneaking around, obviously looking for someone, and
it's really creepy. There's a giant stone cross.
This is R.I.P. It is very, very excellent use of the Dempsey and Makepeace creepy music.
Oh, I do like the old creepy music.
Yeah.
Oh, see that phrase of that stone was actually weeping.
Yes, it was a weeping angel. And yes, it's only been 35 years, and I'm only just now getting why it's called Guardian Angel. Oh dear. I never said it claimed to be right.
But you see that there's a play on that back in The Keyless Sunrise. It's like, oh, he's my guardian angel.
Exactly. Well, I think that's what it is. I think that's a reference to her saying that. But in actual fact, she's his guardian angel is what comes out from this episode.
Oh, see, it's clever.
It's very clever. I very much approve.
It might be slow, but we get there.
Yeah. In more ways than one. A bad guy shot at Dempsey, but his gun didn't go off, and Makepeace saw it, and now she's freaked the hell out.
Yeah, she's having visions of that Dempsey's been killed.
Yeah.
And she's in a bit of a daze.
Yes. And
it's so classic.
That clip of Glynis that they use in the titles where she smiles, is that actually from an episode? I don't remember laughing like that in an episode.
I'm not sure, but I think that might be from
the first episode.
No, the second episode where she goes to his apartment and he says,
"Oh yeah," and he's naked,
and he drops the towel.
Yeah. Ronald Graham wrote many of the classic Dempsey Makepeace episodes.
I think he was the one that started out on
Sweeney.
Sweeney? Was it Sweeney? The Professionals?
I always think this is such a weird it's gorgeous, but with such a weird suit she's wearing. It's like she's going to a wedding.
My personal enjoyment, Sergeant. A man has been
It's not really conducive for running down a bad guy, is it, in a skirt like
No.
that?
And she's got pretty high heels on in this episode.
We say that though, it was a running joke in the X-Files, wasn't it? When she like, Leone was doing that thing.
Yeah, running in heels. Women who wear heels all the time can run in them. They're totally used to it.
Oh, I can't really wear heels anymore since I've done the ligaments in my foot.
I just can't wear heels ever because I've got weird feet.
Not necessarily a bad thing.
That's all there is. There is nothing else.
She hasn't got the fringe in this episode. Not
No,
really.
well, it's a hint of fringe. A fringette.
Fringette.
She's obviously totally freaking out but doesn't want to see why. Now,
I'm trying to figure out where that is. I think that's quite near. I don't know. It was weird walking down like the South Bank and the London up from the Globe and the Tate last week, thinking
yeah,
it's all so different yet still so like
same, yeah.
the same.
I love the fact that Spy Kings is totally tuned into the fact that Makepeace is freaked out. Whereas Dempsey's just like, she's fine.
It's like you said in the other episode, like he is their dad.
Yes, he is the dad, totally. But it shows that is what somebody in his position would need to be good at is picking up what's going on with your officers and how they're coping.
Exactly, because the kind of roles they're in, if there's any kind of issues, you had to be aware because lives were at stake. So you kind of have some kind of intuition.
Yes. Dempsey, come here. Come on, get a fatherly talk. I wonder what, Spy Kings keep saying, is there anything you haven't told me? What's going on? And he's like, no, there's nothing. And it does make you think, what does Spy Kings think is going on?
I think he thought something was going on like in the locker room as well, the way he just tentatively opened the door before walking in on them into Tequila Sunrise. It's like, I know it's a good job you're sitting down, but I actually think we're bang on the time codes. I think we're actually in sync on the video for a change.
That's quite...
Because I can slightly hear yours, which helps.
All right. That's quite good then. Guaranteed we'll go out of sync at some point.
Yeah, no idea how, but it will happen.
It happens.
I'm quite looking forward. As much as I love this episode, I'm quite intrigued by these commercials that we're going to see.
One of them is an absolute classic. In fact, two of them are absolute classics.
It's like Crunchy or something, or
You'll find out.
they're all like be advertising cigars and cigarettes that you can't do now.
Well, I can't remember if there is actually. Isn't it funny? Look, they're wearing blue and pink. Boy and a girl. Oh.
Maybe that is part of the reason, though, just because obviously to make her more feminine, to make her the reaction of her vision.
That's why I wondered if this is the most feminine she's looked, not undercover, I mean.
Yeah.
Some time.
Saw Crazy Joe shoot you.
You what?
Saw him shoot you. Dead. He aimed at your head and pulled the trigger. The cartridge must have been damp or something because it didn't fire. That's the only reason you're still here.
Alive and kicking. So what else is new?
Suppose that's just how it'll be.
Hey, you're damn right. We're on the front line, remember? You gotta go with the percentages. I mean, this time I was lucky, maybe next time.
I don't want to be around next time.
Hey, Sergeant, it was a 1 in a million, Could have been a burst tire on a runway, Flock of birds in the engine, clear air turbulence, a navigational error. What are you gonna do, start taking the boat? Life is hard, then you die.
I don't particularly want to see you die.
I don't particularly want to see you die either.
You don't?
No. What are you talking about, huh? Nobody wants to see anybody die. It ain't pleasant.
Exactly.
Where the hell are you going?
I don't know.
Hey, aren't we supposed to be working together?
That's supposed to be.
We gotta go find Dan.
Find him yourself.
I do like his nonchalant way. Somebody nearly shot me. Who cares? Happens all the
If
time.
life is sad, then you die.
Yeah.
Like a bird in the engine.
I think it must have just made her really realise what she feels.
But also, it's the fact that how many close calls they've had, and how many times they've all nearly been shot. I mean, he was actually clipped in one episode, wasn't he? I mean,
It ain't pleasant. Nobody wants to see anybody die. It ain't pleasant. I love that line. But also,
great impression.
thank you very much. I love that bit because when she says, "I don't want to see you die," and he says, "Well, I don't want to see you die," and she gets hopeful. She's like, "Really?" Because she thinks that means, "Oh, you like me too," and then he's just like, "No, nobody wants to see anybody die," and then she's like, "Oh, damn."
Yeah, so close yet so far.
Yeah. One of those moments where she thought, "Oh, he's thinking the same as me." Oh, no. Now, here's the plot. And last night, when I was uploading this, I thought, I'm going to pay attention to this plot. Still don't entirely understand it.
We get a rough idea. Basically, well, it's misleading because you think it's all to do with this stealing cars and like selling them on, but then it all turns out to be this guy that's driving the car is stealing money from the mafia, but he was part of the mafia, and I'm not sure if it was actually his money to begin with. It's all very
That's
confusing.
what I was like, what's that all about? He's stealing money from himself.
Yeah.
So people don't suspect him as being the one who stole the money, but also he's dying. So why is he stealing money?
Because he wants to go, and he's looking at holiday brochures in the pub at the end, and it's
also, I have to ask this, because you watched all the season more recently, is Daish mentioned in any previous episode or not? It's not like the Insolmo case, is it? He's not mentioned in lots of episodes. And I just forgot.
No, I think I don't recall it being mentioned before.
No. It's just one of those, we'll just pretend that this is somebody we've been after for ages. But we didn't make an episode about it because we never caught him.
Yeah, but you need to know that. It's just like it's a need to know basis.
Yeah.
It's only canon when it has to be.
Yes, exactly, when it's relevant.
I think also now is the fact that I've not paid any attention to what he's just said. It's like, because they're not on the screen.
Blah, blah. He's trying to convince the guy to do the robbery of
they're like some kind of bond type things, aren't they?
Yeah, and he's saying, no, can we not just do a normal building society? And he's like, no, you don't want to be small time.
You guys seen Dan? Dan, played by John Henderson.
John Henderson, great British actor. Sadly died of throat cancer, I believe.
Yeah, he was Frank Kane in the Paradise Club.
Yeah. Oh, Makepeace is reliving it. Seeing him dead. And realising...
I think it's programs like this that I've always wanted a massive window ledge. I can just sit in the window and just look out longingly. It's like in
I have those, and I have to say it's entirely dependent on what you can look out on.
It's true, yeah. It's like, what do you look at? I've got a balcony and I sit out there and I'm looking at scaffolding. So it's like...
Yeah. Not so great when you're just overlooking a street. So now we're back with the plot again.
That's such a trope though, isn't it? Sitting on a massive window ledge looking out. But at least it wasn't raining in that.
No, it wasn't raining to match her sadness.
It was a break in the trope. They had it in just like regular weather, whatever it was in London on the day they filmed.
Yes.
It makes a change for it to not actually be snowing in an episode of Dempsey Makepeace.
Yes. It's actually summer there for once.
Actually, I think it was mainly season 3 where it had all the snow. We had, but definitely the prize fighter, because that actually became part of the.
Yeah.
He takes the snow off the top of the car and puts it on his ratted nose.
Poor Chaz's wedding. Is it Chaz's wedding? Yeah.
Oh, in the torrential rain, yeah.
Yeah. So he's the young guy in the mob that he's speaking to. And
so is he like maybe his successor in the mafia?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's like,
wow.
It's kind of the impression it's not about Dempsey Makepeace, we're not really paying attention.
That really has become very apparent.
But she's left. We want to focus on them. We don't actually want to know what it's all about. It's like...
Nope. Oh. It's the Anaconda story. Dan, Renaissance man, homeless man, psychotherapist, and informant.
And informant to Dempsey.
James. Well, Dan, if you're gonna move, you might send out some change of address cards. What is that? It's a woman. I guess you ain't seen one in a while. Oh, I paint them as they really are. I'm free to see them because they don't want me, so I am allowed to see. In the jungle of South America, the giant anaconda slides from the tree. He lowers gently to the ground, his body looped in the branches. His head touches the ground. As a small jungle pig crosses the clearing, the anaconda opens its mouth. The small jungle pig stops. Now, the anaconda could never catch it, but the pig can't move. Its muscles shake. It tries to resist it, but it cannot fight the law of the jungle. And slowly, it walks right into the anaconda's mouth. It's the way of things.
What? He's now telling the story of the anaconda, how a little pig walks into an anaconda's mouth voluntarily, even though it's walking to its death, because it's nature. Still don't understand the relevance of that, got to say.
I think he's just saying that women are dangerous, but men still go after them.
Fair enough, got it.
I think that's my general analysis. Well,
Yeah.
no, actually, I don't know. He hasn't said anything about Makepeace or that.
No, he
Yeah,
hasn't, but
so-
he said it represents women, the picture he's drawn.
Oh, so
So
maybe
he
it does
wanted
still
to-
have that kind of relevance then.
Which is a bit of an odd take on women, isn't it?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, but the guy is the pig and the woman's anaconda.
Yeah. I don't. So is he saying avoid all women? They'll eat you. Eat you alive, basically.
Also, not being funny, is that an actual true analogy, or is that like an anecdote, or it's just been written
Do you
for
know?
this
I have
episode?
no idea.
I've never heard of that before, but whoever came up with that was just like, what?
Yeah.
Really? Don't get it.
Yes, I shall find out. Maybe he's saying to Dempsey, you know, it's the way of things. Maybe he's saying you have to give in to things. Oh, here we go. I like this scene. They make it seem like somebody's broken into the head office and is knocking around things, and it's creepy, but no, it's drunk Dempsey.
Dempsey got drunk with Dan.
Yes.
Spikings is not impressed.
No.
Oh, you've got the little black and white box in the corner.
Yes.
So an advert's going to be coming up.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
An advert
Oh.
coming.
As we do an advert, then you used to go like, oh, quick, the black box, quick, who's going to pause the adverts out?
Obviously, I didn't do it for this, as I thought I had.
So get up on your backside and do it physically with your hand. Oh, so what's the cliffhanger going to be going into the ad break?
I know the location of the garage that's supplying the getaway cars for the heist.
What heist?
Well, I don't know that part yet, but me and Makepeace will set up a full surveillance, and then the whole thing should just fall right in our laps.
That may prove rather difficult.
What's this?
From Harry. She's resigned from the force.
Join the Weetabix on the adventure of a lifetime. In a distant land where danger lurks round every corner. where a Weetabix who was born to be a hero must defeat a lost tribe of titchy breakfasts to recover the cereal of the ancients. Rumbles in the Jungle, a thrilling adventure serial, now at a supermarket near you.
Earlier this year, while most of us slept, a new British-built Peugeot 309 established over 10 national performance records. Yet this standard production hatchback can cover 776 miles on just one tank of fuel. During this 24-hour test of endurance, the 309 covered an astonishing 2,334 miles and proved capable of over 100 miles per hour, some going for any car, but remarkably, this car is a diesel. The new 309 diesel. Peugeot. The lion goes from strength to strength.
Most colds mean two big miseries.
Stuffed up nose and sore throat.
This double problem needs double-action lockets. Penetrating menthol vapors help clear your stuffy nose, while the medicated liquid center soothes your sore throat. Soon you're feeling like yourself again.
That's better.
Double-action medicated lockets help clear your nose and soothe your throat, now in menthol eucalyptus too.
Oh, this is one of the adverts. This is classic, this one.
Oh, Weetabix.
Weetabix doing
It's
Indiana Jones.
I remember this advert.
That is a totally of its time advert, that.
That's a proper, it's all like Indiana Jones Weetabix. I completely forgot about that one.
I know, me too, until I saw it and I was like, oh, that's brilliant.
Now in a supermarket near you.
Rumble in the Jungle.
Do you remember those old boxes you used to get the transfers on the Mac?
Yes! Yeah!
Oh, Peugeot 309. I used to have a Peugeot. I had a Peugeot 501, 101.
I'm a terrible person because I always go, Peugeot. There's no R in Peugeot and it's in their own adverts. They pronounce it that way. I'm like, it's a Peugeot, surely.
Oh, that is
a Peugeot as well.
Peugeot Talbot. This car's a diesel. Yeah, you won't be selling that now.
There we go.
It's pollute the air with this diesel Peugeot.
Sadly, they didn't put the price up. That would have been interesting to see what the average price was. I've seen this one.
Oh, it's like lockets or something.
Yeah.
Oh, how did I remember that?
I think that one must have gone on for a few years because I can still remember it. Block nose and sore throat.
Oh, I love the special effects.
And that is the voice.
The
voice of 80s legend Ray Brooks. He was a voiceover for so many adverts.
So it wasn't that long an ad break. It was only like 2 minutes. Not even that.
Nope. And I think there's only 2 in it.
Right, so we're back at Makepeace's house. I do like her outfit. Not so sure about the tassels on a cardi, but that would be something I would wear now.
Yeah. Nice crocheted navy cardigan. Very nice. Oh, she's reluctant to let him in.
Yeah. She's like, no. Can I come in? She's like, nope.
Sorry, I'm busy.
See, why is he automatically thinking it's about him? It's like,
of course it's about him. It's
like
normally because it is. To be fair.
Fair point, yeah.
Yeah, I've done something wrong again, haven't I? Like a good husband. And her makeup is so pretty there as well. She looks stunning.
Also, what was the relevance to Crazy Joe?
No idea. That's
it's
another
like
one.
The other episode with the chicken. And it's like, what was he all to do with it?
Yeah.
The other episode.
Not a clue. I think it's just the fact that they hired somebody who's obviously had lost the thread, showed they were desperate or something. I don't know.
I don't know if she's drinking Bucks Fizz in the middle of the morning.
That's what I was about to say. She's working from home and drinking Bucks Fizz. Is it
It's
a
what we all
pandemic?
did in lockdown. We're all working from home and drinking Bucks Fizz. This is like the precursor
However,
to fellow.
she is not wearing her pajamas, so
It's a very good point. No, she looks much more classy than I did when we were in lockdown. It's like she always would do regardless of whether we were in lockdown or not. So
Makepeace doesn't do loungewear, I'm pretty sure.
it's like Lady Makepeace, don't you know?
Sorry.
I'm helping an old professor of mine set up an exhibition at the Natural History Museum.
Boy, you don't waste any time, do you? Natural History Museum. Dinosaurs are extinct.
So's Neanderthal man. Hadn't you better be going?
You're playing a dangerous game, Harry. I hope you know the rules.
What rules are they, James?
You're not irreplaceable. You know that.
Neither are you.
Now, that was a total lie. He just said you're not you're not irreplaceable, and she said neither are you.
Oh,
Liars, pants on
just
fire.
looks they give each other. Kato Mara.
Kato Mara.
Dynasty and Howard's Way.
And Triangle.
I saw her in a play at Chichester Festival Theatre in 1992.
She was a bit like Britain's now her name's falling out of my head. Eartha Kitt. She's very Eartha Kitt.
Oh yes.
You know.
Oh, I've never noticed that before. Yeah, you're right.
Thank you.
I concur. I agree with your statement.
And they've tried to dull her down a bit with a lovely beige cardigan, so she's not too glamorous and sexy. Joyce Makepeace's replacement, the only other woman.
Yep. Joyce Hargreaves.
Yep. Oh, I love this bit. Dempsey versus a sun lounger. It doesn't go well.
Yeah, he can fight criminal, but he can't sit on a fold-up bed.
Can I just say we had sun loungers identical to that in my youth?
I know we used to sleep when I used to go stay with friends and that we used to have those, and like just on the end it would just be like, no.
Yeah.
You have to remember to sit in the middle.
You have to make sure that the legs are properly folded, otherwise what happened to Dempsey happens. You have to make sure they're clicked into place. Have they clicked in? And you could really hurt your finger getting when they spring back. You get your finger.
Yes.
Indeed. Joyce is not impressed with Dempsey's grumpy attitude.
And he's there reading porn that somebody left behind.
Because that was acceptable at work.
Yes.
You could read a porn mag while you're doing your work, why not?
Oh, Dempsey Makepeace was drinking Bucks Fizz and Dempsey's reading porn. Welcome to the 1980s.
It's a health and safety nightmare.
So different to those kids playing in the scaffolding the building site the other week.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's Daish. And funny
so he's got his face and to say, now if this doesn't learn Makepeace back.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Funny he says, you go looking for a minnow when you catch a mackerel. He's using it as bait for Makepeace. Makepeace amongst the fossils.
It is an awesome building.
It is. I was there when I was 5. And she's doing a very good job of not being, waylaid by him. And Daish.
She's really nonchalant. She's clearly pissed off, but she's like,
because there obviously is a part of her that's like totally, oh man, let's go get him, because she's as passionate about it as he is about getting the criminals. But here we go. She's waiting to lay it on him.
Well, will you listen? Will you listen? I know the name of the guy behind the robbery. George Daish.
I'm very happy for you now, if you wouldn't mind leaving.
Daish, D-A-I-S-H. The guy you've been trying to nail for a year and a half and you couldn't get zilch on. We got him. He's in our hands. He's ours.
That is definitely the best news I've heard all day.
I'm glad to hear that. So does that mean you're coming back?
No, it means you and your new partner will be busy. Too busy to keep coming here and bugging me.
Ah, so that's it, huh? The new partner. That's why you're acting so snippy.
No, Dempsey, that isn't it.
Well, then what is it?
You come here. You don't ask me what I'm doing. You don't ask me how I'm doing, because you don't care how I'm doing. All you care about is Daish. And when you've got him, it'll be someone else. Well, I'm bored with the Daishes of this world. And I'm bored with you. In fact, I never want to see you again. So will you please go?
She's bored with you, Dempsey.
In fact, I never want to see you again. So will you please go?
No.
Oh,
but
look at his face. Bless
Oh,
him. She's just as upset though. She doesn't want to say that.
No, because
He just-
she said it there, but with stuff on top, so you don't realise it. You don't care about me the way I care about you, and I
Yeah.
can't be around you. Because
Yeah.
you just care about me as a detective and as a sergeant and as what I can do. You don't care about me as a person, which is obviously not true. But his wee face, oh bless him. He was devastated. Blah 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 plot.
Yeah. Clear out the vaults, steal our stuff, go back to Dempsey Makepeace. Changeover car, blah blah blah. Would you apologise to the actors in this scene? It's nothing personal.
I do apologise to the people who wrote and starred in all the
And the voices, and that like it's just we're clearly shippers.
The only ones I really enjoyed the plot of were Love You to Death and the one where Makepeace gets kidnapped, and I like the one in the bank as well where Makepeace is a hostage.
Oh yes, I've forgotten what that one's called.
Yeah, I can't remember. But most of the time I'm just like, yeah, get back to Dempsey.
I tell you what, it's a really good one to watch. Is I've forgotten the third episode where they try and steal the Scottish money from the plane.
Oh, from the plane, yeah, that's a good one, yeah.
I think I want to say give acts of violence, but I don't know if that's right. I'll find out.
And I'm forgetting the burning. I love the burning part 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, that goes without saying.
Spikings is on the case.
I think she's only the second ever woman, apart from one episode where Spiking's wife turns up, to ever set foot in that office.
Spikings is taking him to the pub for a father-son chat.
Let's go for a pint.
Does it ever occur to you, Lieutenant, that she may care for you? We're partners. We care about each other, right? You haven't heard what I've been saying. I mean, really care. I really care. No. I mean, care. You mean care? However you want to say it. You saying she cares like that? Maybe. Nah. Then why she quit? Well, perhaps she thinks that you don't care in that way for her. Chief. Boris. Gordon. Do you think I'm boring?
See, Spikey's is no. Well, Spikey's even in the burning knows there's something between them. I mean, he's more clued up than
the two of them are.
Like care. Like when you go out, do you care?
Yeah. Care. Oh, you mean care.
Care. This is a drinking game. Right at the beginning, we say, how many times do you say care throughout this episode? Like, care.
He's not convinced. Why would Makepeace care like that?
Someone's so clued up, he's still really naive.
Yes. He's oblivious, I think is the word. Boss. Gordon. This is where that sound it.
Look at his face, she calls him Gordon. Even.
Do you think I'm boring? Yeah.
Oh, see, look, he's hurt.
He looks so lovelorn, bless him.
See, even at the pub with Spikings, he's still like, just sort of thinks about Makepeace. How many seats in a bar with Dempsey's thinking about Makepeace? See, that's such a, like, a non-middle class thing to do. Is just like, what are you doing on the evening? I just sat at home practicing the piano.
Of course. Just knocked out a little bit of Bach. Yeah. I don't know if that was Bach. I'm assuming it wasn't. It was perhaps
Joyce has turned up for a girly chat. Again, This is the only friend. And actually, that's not true, is it? I mean, we have seen other friends of Makepeace throughout the series.
She did, because she had that friend that got murdered, didn't she?
And also with the guy that when she goes undercover, he was an ex, so she was like a former.
Yeah.
But this is like somewhere where you see them talking about her life, not about the other character that she's.
You've never seen her have a conversation with her friend, just having a conversation with a friend, I don't think.
And I mean, I know this is a plot device, but the other one was more like the episodic plot device, but this is a character development device. And I complete and total tripe.
No, that was completely correct. Oh, and the different. I just like to see Joyce is off duty because she's taking her ponytail down. That's the only difference.
Yeah, she's still got her cardi on.
Yeah.
But, see, I am a fan of the cardi. I'm just getting that age.
Like they're socially distancing on Makepeace's couch. It's so big.
It's so. The couch is so big. It's in a different room. It's like a different time zone.
Now, I wonder here, do you think Joyce is deliberately slagging off Dempsey in order to provoke Makepeace to say something? Or is she just really...
When she showed up, she didn't actually know that she'd resigned. She thought she was ill.
That's right, yeah, that's
so
right.
I think she actually has just provoked her.
Yeah.
You know, how that man ever became a detective is beyond me. Well, now, hang on a minute. He is a very good detective. In fact, he's probably the best detective I've ever seen. But what about his reputation? And judging by today, it's all true. Well, now, he only has that reputation because he's different. I mean, that's what nobody's ever been able to understand. He's different to the rest of us. He doesn't think like us or work like us. But he is a first-class cop because he cares. No, he does. He cares passionately about people. And I'll tell you something else. You're very lucky because he's the best partner you could ever have. Now I understand. Well, let me tell you something. You are the best policewoman I have ever seen. And you are crazy to throw away your career over a man. I don't want to see him killed. But don't you see? With you, he stands the best chance of staying alive.
And of course, Makepeace leaps to his defense because she loves him. Cares passionately about people. But not me! Not me, I don't mean me.
Damn. She doesn't take her long.
Yes.
Light bulb moment.
Immediately seen it. Uh-oh.
I love the 80s like saxophone incidental music.
And she's hit it on the nail, and Makepeace doesn't even argue. She just agrees.
With you, he stands the best chance of staying alive.
Now that I use that all the time, that quote in other shows.
That's a really good point. She's like, oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, I never thought of
Because
that.
the thing
And
is, he would actually feel more guilty if he died and she hadn't been there to help him.
Exactly.
She would feel even worse. So,
and that is the title, Guardian Angel. They are each other's guardian angels. They protect each other and look after each other. And without them, and that's what we realise as the episode goes on, if somebody else is working with them, they've got a bigger chance of dying. So if the two of them together, that's the best outcome. So
everyone else can see it.
Now Dempsey's having a drink with his informant.
There's Pal Dan.
Oh, sorry. And he's trying to get him to open up. And I remember the first time watching this being so hopeful that Dempsey would do some speech to the empty chair, but sadly he doesn't.
Yeah, I still think they kind of held back. I think if they knew this was going to be the last episode, there'd have been a lot more.
Yeah, I think so too.
Revelation in regards to each other, to how they felt. But I think because I don't think anyone really realised that this was going to be the last ever episode, that because this way they'd done it, they could come back and they could carry on and not really.
Yeah. Nothing
as much of a big deal in the next episode where they'd had the complete and total revelation to each other, then it would have been more tricky to come back.
Yes, if they kissed or whatever, it would have been. You can't say I need you. You see, because
if they knew this was the last episode, I think they would have said I love you. Or
because need you is quite ambiguous in terms of does he need her as a partner? You know, which is what she doesn't want to hear, frankly.
Ooh, adverts!
Adverts, here we go. Part 2.
Talk to her. You want me to talk to an empty chair?
Well, I'd rather. Chairs don't talk back. Now, you just say what you feel. Go on. Talk to her.
Come on, don't laugh, dear.
Laugh? I'm trying not to cry. You can't say, I need you. Can you?
New gold unsalted from St. Ivel. It has half the fat of even sunflower margarines, and no added salt.
Who's a pretty boy then? Eh? Who's a pretty boy? Come on, talk to Daddy.
Sounds like you need tunes, Desmond.
When you're not getting through, suck tunes. The menthol vapor they release helps you breathe more easily.
Tunes?
Help you breathe more easily, Desmond?
Cherry, blackcurrant, or honey flavor. Tunes help you breathe more easily.
What's the score down there?
Germany won 12-0.
Nothing wrong with the set, is there?
What's wrong is you winkle betting our Alston pills with that U-boat crew. Still, why can't we send them down the draft lager instead?
No reason at all, as far as I can see.
We've been rumbled. They know most of the sugar turns to alcohol in Alston pills. Open fire!
That was a mistake bringing on their sub.
A Holston Pills production.
Don't miss Manufacturer's Leather Suite and Fitted Kitchen exhibition this weekend, Monday and Tuesday at the Mercury Motor Inn Inverness, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily.
St. Ivel gold.
Oh, I remember this. Do they still make gold? I used to like gold butter.
Yeah, we used to like that as well. I wonder if it's basically as Lurpak. It's the same kind of thing.
Who's a pretty boy, is it?
Yes, remember this one. You need tunes, bite.
So, Do you reckon because this is clearly in November because you've had lockets so far and tubes.
Yes,
This is clearly like they'll be having lemon sip and Beechams in the next commercial break.
Oh, there's a classic one we come up next. Absolute classic.
Help you breathe more easily.
What's the score down there? Germany won 12-0.
When they put different in old films.
Holston Pills.
No reason at all, as far as I can see.
I thought it was quite funny because he has on like an England scarf and everything. And I thought because of the football, quite timely.
A Holston Pills production.
Yay! It's a local advert. It's just a photo.
I like that. It's a local advert, but it's got a very English accent.
I know. Come to Mercury Motor Inn in Inverness. Next morning.
Sleeping
it off.
That's a very strange mule.
It is. I don't.
It look like lemon slices on the side of it.
I was going to say it look like lemon slices. Oh, funny. Oh, those are some
on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Ew, his stinky feet.
You could be sleeping with Makepeace, but no, you're sleeping with a weird dude in a hammock.
Charlie's dead.
Charlie's dead. There's quite a few funny lines in this episode, I've to.
Hey, I think if they'd have carried on, he would have been a good recurring character.
He would have, definitely. And Dempsey's, he would have been Dempsey's here.
Hotel named the golf.
Joyce, don't be a silly person, Joyce. Listen to what Dempsey tells you to do. It's really quite a bad.
Sorry?
It's quite a bad message it's sending. A, listen to Dempsey and do everything he tells you, and B, if you're not Makepeace, you'll die.
Also, does it mean that like no other women can be a cop? Because it kind of makes it. It's
kind of like you're too impulsive. If only you'd listen to the man.
She said that Makepeace was the best cop she's ever seen.
Yeah.
She was maybe trying to compete with that, and like trying to.
They say at the end, Spiking said she was too long behind the desk. She was out of practice, and you know.
So apparently, all this is shot around Rotherhithe, in East London. I did have a quick squiz at IMDb before we started watching. Now that is a Ford Escort.
That is indeed. Oh, she's wearing high-heeled boots too, and she's still wearing her cardigan. Good girl.
Her cardigan under her denim shirt.
Yes. Did she have grey hair, or is that just lighting?
I think she did. Fair play to her.
If she did, I'm applauding it. If she did, let her have grey.
Embracing the grey. I think we all have to now.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I do because I'm allergic to hair dye now, which is a lovely revelation. Revelation.
Oh no, with summer behind semi-naked, he just drove past somebody.
I'm sorry, rewind a minute. That's what it said.
Don't do anything, Joyce. Listen to Dempsey.
See, she says Roger, and I'm just going to disobey everything you just said.
Yeah. Oh, he's got all the money, the safety deposit boxes. That's it. I couldn't remember that phrase earlier on. Safety deposit boxes. Oh, he's making sure nobody's following him like a good bad guy. He's wearing a trench coat, I think.
He does that when he's halfway down the alleyway. I mean, what's he going to see from there? It's like...
Except Joyce is on his tail. And he's swapping to the other car. Like he was.
Oh, the BT phone box. That's a new BT phone box in comparison. That's a new 1980s with the red T on it.
The 80s style.
As opposed to the old-fashioned red ones.
She's got out her gun. She's going to ignore everything Dempsey says. Get out of the car.
She sounds nervous. She doesn't sound authoritative at all.
The problem is when she gets on a radio and says, send backup. They know she doesn't have backup. Oh, but today she's taking a chance.
Is he wearing a wig?
Well, I don't think so. I think that's just his hair. Oh, that's a bad fall. Oh, but the bad guy's like, oh, I never agreed to cop killing. I'm off.
Yes, they've just run poor Joyce over.
Yep.
See, she should have listened to Dempsey.
Yeah. She wouldn't have been hit by that Rolls Royce. Oh, and here's Dempsey just at their last.
Dempsey and his trusty Mercedes.
And there's a lovely Beetle in the background. It's a God. Oh, his car's still going. Put the handbrake on, Dempsey. Ambulance. The way he says that for some reason makes me laugh. The way he goes, urgently.
Ambulance required. Urgent. Ambulance required, but take your time.
Yeah. She's all right. She's not dead.
That's the first. I'm not blaming you, Dempsey.
Yeah.
Sorry, what, sir?
she ignored everything I said. You blooming better well not.
Makes a change from Spikings to not be blaming Dempsey.
It does. Oh. Daish. They realise that Daish's stuff is the stuff that's been stolen. So, steal from your own organisation, huh? Clever. Oh, let him please hand. Let's see.
It makes me laugh that the mafia guys have a head office.
Yeah.
Should we have a head office? The mafias have like a HR department as well. It's like
look down M for mafia. Then go
up when you're feeling sick. It's like, sorry, I can't go on an assassination spree today. I've got the flu. Car phone. God, that must be just like kind of coming out in the early 80s, in the mid 80s. Oh, here we go. We like the scene.
The big moment. Dempsey's going to get Makepeace back.
He's persuaded the security guard to let him into the Natural History Museum. Why would that be locked? Because all that's clearly happened already. So that has all this happened like before 9 o'clock in the morning?
I think it's even. Is it not even early evening?
Oh, it's early evening. I have no idea. I don't know what time of day it is now, let alone here.
Let's just say it's 5:30 and the shut at 5 o'clock. Oh, and so she's still working.
But I need your help. Come on, we can still get Daish. I just got it on the tap. He's going to make the drop in an hour. Come on, do it for Joyce.
I'm doing something for myself for once. Get someone else.
There is no one else.
I'm not the only choice.
You are for me, Harry. What do you want me to do? Beg you down on my knees? Okay, I'm begging you, okay? Come on, there's no time to train anyone. We know each other. We know each other's moves before we do them. Come on, Harry, we're a team. We're partners. Harry, please. Harry. Harry. I need you.
Just this one job.
He's blaming her.
Oh, no, don't give her the guilt trip.
That's emotional blackmail to the highest degree. By the way, your friend's in a coma because of you. Oh, I'm not the only choice. You are for me.
Oh, he's on his knees. Oh, bless him.
We know each other's moves. We can leave each other's moves. Harry.
Harry.
I need you. He said it.
It's still in a kind of like professional capacity, though.
Yes,
I need you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's.
But when the way he says it, it's like, yeah, there's a little bit more underlining there.
Yeah, I think that must be what it is. That Makepeace is like, oh, maybe he does maybe. And then, of course, his absolute glee
Yeah, Mike
here.
Reed sat next to the table next to them.
He's looking at her so happy because she's back, bless him.
He's just like glowing, isn't he, that she sat there?
Yes.
He's too busy looking at you, love.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the bad guys through the back of my head because I'm too busy looking at you. Oh, here comes a hitman. Oh yeah, I see him now. Sitting beside them. I just see him.
DJ Mike Reed, not comedian Mike Reed.
Same glasses here, dude. So how come they've been after Daish all this time and Daish has no idea what they look like? Obviously, they've never got anywhere near them.
Yeah,
before.
it's... What if this pub still exists?
Oh. They figured him out.
It's a shame, like, trying to find out and just do Dempsey Makepeace pub tour.
Yes. Have to go on that boat one they were on.
Oh, the jazz.
Yeah.
The jazz boat. We were in London last week and we were looking at the Clippers and it has Uber boat written on the side of it.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, don't you get it to call to come pick you up on the side of the Thames? It's like...
The other bloke looks very swarthy. He does look European of some description.
He's what, sorry?
He looks very swarthy, the younger guy, him. He looks a bit like maybe he's supposed to be Italian or something.
Well, he was looking at an Italian holiday brochure, which was a little bit weird.
Yeah. Oh, I paid him more, mate. The hitman.
Ah, double cross.
Whoops. Oh, everybody starts shooting. Common occurrence in London. No, it isn't. I hasten to add.
Gunfight in the King's Head.
This does not happen. Hey, Macey stands on his hand. Good girl.
Oh, those 80s boots.
Don't let Daish get away. Makepeace in a wraparound denim skirt. Very nice.
She has some awesome... I mean, even now, she's not wearing the hideous 80s fashions.
No, I would wear that now.
Awesome.
That's a really nice outfit. Uh-oh, they're heading to the docks because it's Dempsey and Makepeace. You've got to go to the docks.
I like the way that he runs after, like, yes, I can run faster than a car.
Yeah.
Mind you, saying that London's so full of one-way systems, sometimes you probably could. It's like...
Just if you know the streets. Oh, but he's caught up with it because, you know, he's Dempsey.
I think that's how he managed to get to Tower Bridge in that Makepeace Not War episode because they were going right way round and he cuts up the side.
Oh, he's cornered by the coppers. Dempsey behind him. A jam piece in front of him. Jam sandwich. Oh, so now he's reversed onto I suppose it's a slipway or a key of some kind. Dempsey, is he going to run Dempsey over? No, because here comes Makepeace to save the day.
His guardian angel saves him.
In her white car like the guardian angel she is. Oh, he's just noticed. He knows he's cornered. He's dying anyway.
Deep water, but they didn't, yeah.
He's going,
I'm
taking the money with me, though. Because that'll help you where you're going, mate.
Yeah, because I'm going to spend it in hell.
He's gone insane, obviously.
It's an evil laugh.
Yes. Whee! Car into the river.
How many cars actually ended up in the Thames during the filming of Dempsey
I was just thinking that. Was that their entire budget? Cars dropped in the River Thames. 24. I like this bit. Like, the car has completely sunk and they run up to the edge and Dempsey starts to take his jacket off and then Makepeace is like, nah, don't bother. Don't go in and save him. It's all right. He's like, well, should I just make the effort and try and look like I'm going to save him? No. Oh, and now we have emotional epilogue. Yep, she's still going to leave. She only came back to help him. Dempsey's thinking.
You can tell how quiet we are because we're paying so much attention to what they're saying. But yeah, and the other two guys on the screen, we can't shut up.
No. Oh, Dempsey's decided he's going to leave.
Thing is, though, if he resigned, surely he'd have to go back to New York because he wouldn't be able to stay on a visa if he wasn't working for the police.
But he wouldn't care. He's just making a point. Why would I want to stay here without you? So she got something out.
She made him say it.
Yeah. I don't work here. Screw it.
Screw it. Let's just go to the pub. Well, we didn't shoot up.
Yeah. Oh, Makepeace, you've got a little hint from him. You're going to have to take it. It's going to be a slow process. It'll probably take you another 3 years to get him, Or would it? Do you think this would have opened the floodgates?
They could have easily got another season out of it. Look at smug face.
And she smiled at him. And,
that was it. No more after that point. It's just it's tragic.
It is tragic. Can I just say, 2 advert breaks in an hour-long program? Do you remember those days?
That's not bad, is it? It used to be like every 15 minutes.
Yep. So, nowadays there's 3.
I was expecting more advert breaks, to be honest.
So sadly, there's only the 2. But it was... It's a classic. Mike Lipman. I wonder if he's any relation to Maureen Lipman.
It's 2. It's spelled slightly different.
Our thanks to the British Museum.
Natural History. I didn't realise it was the British Museum of Natural History.
Oh, neither did I. I just thought it was the Museum of
Natural History Museum, yeah. There we go. See, Dempsey Makepeace has been educational this evening.
Yes, we learned something. Also, why it's called Guardian Angel. Yeah, they definitely could have got another series. And it would have been interesting to see. I would have liked to have seen a whole series where they've got that slight acknowledgement that they both like each other, but they don't actually do anything about it. I think that's my favourite bit of ships. It's kind of half.
I think apart from the fact where the ex-girlfriend comes over from New York, they did stay away from like either of them having a relationship with anybody else. I mean, I think Dempsey stepped that assassin woman really early on.
Yeah,
but there was never any real jealousy trope.
Oh, no. That would have been nice to see.
I mean, if anything, his ex-girl, was it Simone?
Simone,
she was more jealous of Makepeace than Makepeace was of her. Makepeace didn't seem threatened by her in the slightest.
No, I agree, totally. Not at all. And it was Simone that was like, oh, hang on, there's no point in me even trying with Dempsey here because it's you he likes now and he's got a different life. And
which is unusual for that. It's usually that kind of trope would be flipped.
Yeah, totally. And it would be like Dempsey would be, drawn back to her and whatever, but it wasn't like that. He was struggling with her because he was trying to be patient with her, but he knew she wasn't. I think obviously the fact they made her like an alcoholic was obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously he cared about her and he didn't want to hurt her.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to string her along either. And I don't think he did.
No, he didn't.
But she also was clued up to the fact that. Hold on a minute. I mean, but I like the fact that Simone and Makepeace became friends. That was a really nice touch.
I thought that was good as well. Yeah, I like that. And she's like,
it's kind of unusual, isn't it? When you get that kind of scenario where you get an ex in a, well, they show up. Normally they're hated.
Yeah, exactly.
The threatened party, but because I guess maybe because she wasn't threatened, there was no real need for her to hate her.
Yeah, I think because at that point, Makepeace wasn't thinking of Dempsey as a partner romantically in that sense. I mean, she obviously likes him, but do you know what I mean? She wasn't thinking we were going to be together as a couple at that point. Obviously, she was just like, we have chemistry and we get on really well. And so it obviously didn't bother her at all. And maybe, do you know, also when you think about Love You to Death, I think Makepeace is very confident in her not sexuality, that's not the word, but you know what I mean. She doesn't in Love You to Death and in Tequila Sunrise and in the one with Simone, she's very confident and she doesn't display that jealousy or insecurity or, oh, I don't know if he would like me. She's very like, you know. Do you know what I mean? I think that's really good. That's really refreshing to see a character like that, a female character like that.
Especially in the mid-80s. And even now, that would be refreshing to see.
It would, totally. To just be like, why would I be jealous of this other woman? And why would I worry about, you know, she's slightly jealous when he compliments her friend in Tequila Sunrise, so she puts on the dress because she knows if it's the dress you like, you'll like me in it. You know, she knows you'll like her.
She didn't realise that. I mean, she should have just realised the fact that he came all the way there to look out for her anyway, regardless of what she was wearing. So I think he would have, it just kind of, she wanted it, look, I want that attention.
Yes, exactly.
But she didn't need it because he was already there looking out for her.
Yes.
But again, like you were saying, going back to the episode with Simone, you're saying that she's like, oh, I don't see him like that. But you think, that's why I think it wasn't, I mean, Dempsey Makepeace was never really meant to be romantic. I think it was just going to a spin on the cop show of what we've seen before, like Starsky and Hutch Professionals. It was just like, okay, we're going to have a man and a woman. He's going to be American. We're going to mix it up a bit. And it was just the fact that it had such, like, the chemistry was off the chart that it grew into the Will They, Won't They?
Yeah.
But you say that about Simone, her not being threatened by Simone, that was pretty much the 8th, 7th, 8th, 9th episode of season 3, right near the very end. So the fact that there was no like you say that she didn't have those feelings and that then it wasn't obviously displayed, makes me think that they were going to carry on, so they were going to kind of gradually bring that in a little bit more with the next season. I don't know, I mean,
I think we were meant to think, I think we were meant to think that although they had the sexual tension and the chemistry and they'd become really close partners, that neither of them had especially thought, I'm in love with them. They had that kind of, frisson, whatever. And it is Guardian Angel that makes Makepeace think, hang on, what I feel for him isn't just a normal partner feeling. This is something different. And obviously Dempsey's totally oblivious to it because Spy Kings is saying, maybe she cares for you in a different way. And he's like, nah.
I care.
And then when he realized it, he's like, well, why? And Spy Kings is saying, maybe she thinks you don't feel like that as well. And which basically is Spy Kings saying, I know you do. You'll have to let her know that.
You both clearly do. I mean, he even at the end of the burning, which is like the beginning of season 3, Chaz says to him, well, Dempsey's got no reason to stay now. And he goes, oh no, I don't. I think you'll find
he does.
I don't think that's quite true. I can't remember exactly what he says, but he's like, he looks at him talking to Makepeace and he's like, no, he's got a reason to stay.